Fox Bet Sportsbook has the Warriors as the favorites to win the finals, and Steph Curry, the odds-on favorite to win MVP. This would be Curry's fourth championship, but his first finals MVP if he can pull it off. Shannon, let's say Steph does win finals MVP. Would that make him rank in your top 10 all-time?
Yeah, I don't know how you keep him out of it, Skip. He'll be one of a handful of players. He joined Kareem, Jordan, LeBron, Magic, and Duncan as the only players to win multiple regular season MVPs, multiple finals, multiple titles, and a finals MVP. Think about it. There's only a handful of guys that can say that. And Skip, I know it gets skewed because they only started giving out the finals MVP in '69. It's kind of like the Larry Bird and the Magic Johnson inaugural award. Somebody, when it's all 20 years from now, we're going to look back, man, he got 5 of them. And it's going to look very, very good on their resume. But Skip, when you look at what he's done and how he's changed the game, because it used to be.
You keep calling these guys kids. He's 34 years old.
Skip, I got 30-year-old kids.
All right. Well, he's so far from a kid.
Well, this 34-year-old young man.
He's played 13 years. Go ahead.
He's a 34-year-old young man.
How many years did you play total?
I played 14.
That's what I thought. Okay. So Steph's right on your.
He about to pass me next year. I just think the thing is, Skip, that when you look at what he's done and how the game is, it's not about being 6'6". And I think that's why people shortchange him, Skip. He's not 6'9" like LeBron. He doesn't have the physicality of a Shaq. He doesn't have the athleticism of Jordan or Kobe. He's like, you know what? He's just, Steph Curry walking down the street, yeah, he's 6'3", 6'2.5". But Skip, when you walk down the street, he's like, man, okay, that's Steph. He's not looking up at Shaq. Looking up at LeBron. You don't see the physical nature of a Giannis. You don't see a 7 foot like a KD. Like, damn, man, I could really be. Everybody want to be like Mike. When in actuality, you could drink Gatorade and wear the shoes all you want to. You never gonna be like Mike. But Skip, kids now, I can really be like Steph. I can shoot the 3. I might not can take off from the free throw line, but I can shoot that 3 ball. So he's changed the game. And I believe if he were to win this title, but Skip, he has to be finals MVP. He just can't win the title. But I don't think they can win the championship without him playing at the level and him being the MVP.
Now that I agree with. Keep going.
So with that being said, Skip, yes. If you look at his numbers, Skip, 35-6 in 2019, they lost. 28-6-7 in 2018, we know they won that. 27-8-9 in 2017, we know they won that one. 2016, I'll give you that, Skip. He underperformed because he averaged 30 in the regular season, and he only averaged 23 in the finals. He was 23-5-4. The year before, the year Iggy won it, he was 26-5-6. So I want to give him credit for those, but yeah, Skip, he's gonna have to go into. He gonna finagle his way into that top 10. And you, Skip Bayless, cannot keep effing Stephen out of it. So don't even try it.
Okay, so I think you just explained to me that he's going to be in your all-time top 10 just on degree of difficulty because he's a little man playing or competing against big men in the top 10.
Yeah, I think you have to do that because this is a big man game. Basketball is a big man's game.
Okay.
And I don't know if we've ever seen
because as I scan down my current top 10, what I rank, the shortest player on my list, I think, is the first player because Mike... Michael Jordan is at 6'6", and then Magic 6'9", and Shaq 7'1", and Kareem 7'2", Tim Duncan's 7-footish, is 6'11", 7-footish. Mr. Russell was 6'9"-ish, but played like he was 7'2". Kobe 6'7", I would say. I give him 6'7". Larry Bird 6'9", right? LeBron 6'9". Wilt 7'2", right? 7'1" or 2". All right, so there, I just gave it to you. So my number 1 overall is the shortest man in my top 10, and it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan at 6 feet 6 inches tall, which is 3 to 4 inches taller than effing Stephen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's my problem with Steph Curry in the all-time top 10.
Okay.
He's already disqualified himself because of the path he took to get to this moment. He also continued to disqualify himself in Game 1 this year, but you don't want to see or hear any of this because it disqualifies your argument.
So you're gonna hold him going to recruit Kevin Durant against him for the rest of his life.
That's a big deal. But if we look back at the first finals, again, LeBron was completely outplaying him for 3 games. And then it took Andre Iguodala to save Steph from himself, because even though Steph put up nice numbers through the rest of the finals, Iggy won Finals MVP, and I got no problem with that. I know Chris Broussard on our show has often fought against this, but the finals changed when Steve Kerr made the decision, one of the great decisions in the history of the finals, to say, I'm going to put Iggy in the starting lineup. I'm going to put him on LeBron, and I'm going to make LeBron defend him on the other end. And all of a sudden, the finals flipped right on their head, because LeBron's up 2-1 with Game 4 in his house, and that was the end of that deal, because Warriors, all of a sudden they win in 6. Okay, Iggy owned the day. And then we come to the 2016 finals, and again, I'm maybe the only one in the world who holds him accountable for this, but I'm sorry, if you're up 3-1 with 2 of the last 3 in your house, you got to close the deal.
Yeah, he came up small, Skip. I mean, he averaged 23, 5, and 4.
Okay, I don't care about the big picture. I care about the small picture of meltdown. All-time superstar meltdown, second only to LeBron's in the 2011 finals with the Heatles against Dallas, was what Steph did in Games 5, 6, and 7. I just look at the numbers. There's so bad. He shot 37% from the floor in those 3 games. And in the fourth quarters of those 3 games, he was 25% from 3. He never shot a free throw, couldn't even get to the free throw line. And then the Game 7, it's in your house with all the chips pushed to the middle of the table. You have to close that deal. And he shoots 6 of 19, 4 of 14 from 3. And then we go to the fourth quarter. He was 1 of 6 from the floor and 1 of 5 from 3. And I've shown you over and over what happened down the stretch of that game, because over the last 6 minutes, he couldn't buy a bucket.
No.
And finally, Kyrie said, I got this. LeBron had the chase down. I'll give you, it was a bicycle built for 2 with JR, but it was a big play in the game.
Right.
And the guy who shrank and disappeared, who played even smaller than he is, was Steph Curry.
Well, I'll give you that, Skip. He did not play well, but if you think about it, he's evolved his game, because prior to 2016, all he wanted to do was dance outside. Now, if you overplay him, he will drive the ball. He has an assortment of floaters that he can get to the bucket, and he can make you pay for overpaying him. Skip, it's called evolution. I mean, when you lose, they're like, okay, why did we lose? Why did we lose this series? What could I have done differently? I got to stop settling. If they're overplaying me, go past them. And he's done that. Skip, if you say Iggy deserved MVP, if you go back and look at Game 5, Steph Curry had 37 points in Game 5. He had 17 in the fourth quarter. You go to Game 6, he had 25. He had 13 in the fourth quarter. Iggy didn't get
these are wipeouts. They're blowouts.
He did. Why was it a blowout? A guy scored 17 in the fourth quarter. It's probably going to get blown out. You scored 13 in the fourth.
I know, but it was pretty much over after 3 quarters.
No, it was not
dominating.
over. No, it wasn't over. No,
yes, they were.
He scored 37. He scored 25.
Okay. And yet, after 2016, as we talked about again and again, Steph Curry led the contingent across country on July the 3rd to recruit Kevin Durant, because he knew he couldn't do it by himself, because he knew what was coming back again and again. He knew he was going to have to face LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love again.
They were not going to beat him again, no.
Okay. And they weren't going to beat him without Kevin Durant.
Correct.
Okay. Well, nobody in this top 10 would have ever gone to recruit somebody because they thought they couldn't do it by themselves.
Well, here's the thing, Skip. Look, you make it seem like if you look at what these guys were playing with, the guys that put the Lakers together, they did a great job. Okay, you got Kareem already there, and you draft Magic with the #1 overall pick. You win the championship in the same season, you draft James Worthy. They did a great job. You got Jamal Wilkes, you got Michael Cooper, you got Bob McAdoo. McAdoo was not there. Jamal Wilkes was not drafted by the Lakers. So these guys were putting teams together. You get Larry Bird, you get McHale, Parrish, but then you also go get Dennis Johnson, who was already a Finals MVP before he got there.
Here's the difference. In all those cases, a superstar, a truly proven superstar is saying, I need a little more help. In this case, one superstar is saying, I need a better player to come save me. Well, now you're disqualified from the all-time top 10 because that's what happened. You know and I know and by God, They went and got him, and he said, watch this.
Right.
And he goes to back-to-back finals, and in game threes in LeBron's house, he outplays, outshoots LeBron right in his face, and in so doing, won back-to-back finals MVPs over Steph Curry, who went along for a great ride and put up some pretty good numbers.
27, 8, 9, 28, 6, and 7. I don't think that's going to tag it along.
Nobody argued that Kevin was the MVP.
No.
Because he made all the crucial shots.
Yeah, he averaged 30. He averaging 30 points a night. Yeah.
Okay. So all of a sudden, Iggy's the MVP the first time, and then it's KD. And then we get to the 29 Toronto finals against Kawhi and company. And in the last 4 games, 2, 3, 4, it'll be 3, 4, 5, and 6. The last 4 games, Steph shoots 33% from 3. Well, we know he's a career 45% shooter, right?
Only thus far, Michael and LeBron has played in multiple, at least 4 finals, and they've been the MVP in all of them. Normally, it doesn't happen like that because you look at Magic won 5, but 2 of the times he wasn't. James Worthy and Kareem was. If you look at Shaq and Kobe, with Shaq was all 3, but when he went to Miami, it was D Wade.
Okay.
Kobe, the same thing. The first 3 was Shaq, the last 2 was him. So Skip, this notion that unless you're and every time that you play the finals, because what has happened is that Michael Jordan has jaded it. Because Michael Jordan was 6-0. Michael Jordan was 6 finals MVPs. And so if you don't do that, you're a bum. You've convinced people that unless you go undefeated, unless you win all the finals MVPs, you're a bum. You've convinced people that that's how it works, and that's not true. Larry Bird had 2 games in 81